friends, what's going on? I'm really excited. I want to tell you about my bass that I just got back from Kerry Nordstrand and everyone out there at Nordstrand Pickups Nordstrand Custom Shop. This is my 1970s Univox. I bought this bass for a few $100, and you know, some of these old Japan P copies are actually really nice. You know, there's a lot of great ones out there. There's a lot of junk out there too, but this one, I saw it, I liked it, I had a feeling it would be good, and so I bought it. And it was good, but it had a lot of problems. And the biggest problem that it had is that it had one of the biggest baseball bat necks I've ever seen. And you know, I was kind of like, well, I guess I could have one bass with the baseball bat neck on it, you know. But the fact of the matter is, it was just too clubby to really use a lot. And I was having a conversation with Kerry one evening. You know, we talk just about every day. We're really good buddies. And I told him my woes, you know, my how I had this old Univox bass and it had this baseball bat super club ass neck on it. And he goes, "Oh, I can fix that, man. I can shave that down." And I was like, "Really? Well, yeah, man, let's do that." So I sent the bass out to him with the intention of him just shaving down the massive baseball bat neck. And one thing led to another, and once we started digging into it, into the instrument, we decided to start doing a bunch of other things. And one of the main things that we decided to do was to change the pickup and electronics. It had this little weird janky mini P-style thing in it, and we decided to go with putting the dual coil BIgMan in there. Okay, well, that presented a problem because it needed to be routed, and then a new pickguard needed to be made. So Mo, super rock star, hot rod rock star Mo, the genius that he is, was able to make this custom pickguard and get the pickup in there. And then, you know, I was like, well, you know, while we're at it, why don't we put a preamp in it too? So we put a Nordstrand 2-band preamp in it. And I like really simple electronics. Now this pickup has 2 coils, and you know, conceivably you could have two volumes, or you could have a coil tap switch, and there's a lot of different configurations you could do with this pickup. But me being simple and knowing how I am, I'm a kind of set it and go kind of player. I said just wire it in parallel, give me a passive tone, and then the option for a 2-band on an active passive push-pull switch. So that's what I got. And I can't believe how killer this thing turned out. Now another thing that we did to it, they did to it wonderfully, is that it had, you know, a clear, shiny, high polish finish on it, which, you know, it was okay, but I didn't really dig it. And I asked them if they could dull it down. So they took and used like sanding sponges and steel wool and stuff, and they took all that shine off it. So now it has this great satin feel, this really great satin feel. And look, so the finish kind of, you know, came alive again with that little thing. And then we decided, you know, when it was time to set the instrument up, they started, you know, putting it back together and setting it up, and they realized that the truss rod nut was pooched. So it was kind of like, you know, what are we going to do? And again, fortunately, hot rod rockstar Mo found a nut that worked on this old bass for this truss rod, got the truss rod back in action, set it up, and then Kerry was like, you know, the frets are they need some love. You know, they're going to need some love. And I said, well, we've gone this far, so yeah, let's do a fret job on it. So they went through and they, you know, they recrowned and reseated, did some gluing and some tapping in of the frets, and did the fret edges really nice and crowned them off real nice. And man, what an incredible, incredible job they did on this bass. It's just totally happened. It doesn't even feel like it's in the same, you know, the same spectrum of what it was before. So right now I've got it set with the volume all the way up, and the it's in active mode, but the EQ is flat. And you know, you can hear for yourself. It has a very well-rounded, even kind of open sound. Very rich and clear. It's a very true sound, a very natural sound. It doesn't sound colored or hi-fi or anything like that. You know, so far I've been just playing with kind of like a medium velocity with my right hand. Now, you know, I have kind of a gorilla hand, you know, when push comes to shove, I like to really dig in hard and lay down the time. That's how I play. Okay, so that presents some certain things that I need to do for my instruments, which is kind of have a little bit higher action, definitely have medium gauge strings. I can't use light gauge strings. I just mash them. I play out of tune. I just mash them into the fingerboard. And this setup is really, really nice. So it's amazing to have this bass that, you know, from the ashes, you know, rising like a phoenix from the ashes of a $200 Guitar Center snatch to what it is now, just completely blows my mind. So I can't say thank you enough to Carrie. I got the you know, Carrie's charity bass here too, which is godlike, and you know, I've got now. I think that I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I got about 5 basses that have Carrie's pickups and stuff and electronics in them, and several more on the way. I've got a great one from Hammersmith coming that should be here any day. A custom build that Hammersmith did for me, and Xavier Lorita from Barcelona, Spain, is building me a bass with that we're going to put Nordstand pickups in, and Carrie himself in his last batch of basses, you know, he's not going to build that many basses anymore because his pickup company is blowing up, you know, to the point where him and everybody is kind of like, you know, all hands on deck. It's time to really focus on the pickup thing because it's become a very popular brand, and for really good reason. You know, they got great style, you know what I mean? I like the style of that company. I like the way they roll. Of course, they have dynamite products and everything like that, but they have a great ethics and a great way of doing business. So, you know, kudos to them and congratulations on the success that they're having right now. So anyways, going back to the bass, he's going to build me a bass, and I feel really blessed and really fortunate that I'm going to get one of his last round of Nordy basses. That one will be done around NAMM, so if you're out at the NAMM show, I'll be carrying it around and showing it off. I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's so spectacular that I just kind of want to be like like a surprise, you know. But yeah, going back to the Univox, I couldn't be happier. They also put a nut on it for me. They put a real bone nut on it, and man, the thing sounds great. I'll ease in some EQ now, so that just to get your ears back to used to hearing what it sounds like. Bring in the bass. Right now it's flat. I'm going to crack it past flat to about 70% each of the bass and the treble. Woo. Oh. want to blow out the microphone, but as you can see, the booty and everything just came way up. So let's do something now where we cut the treble and turn up the bass a little bit more. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit and kind of go for a super muty palm mute thing. Or yeah, like. Some Ray Charles on this thing and some Duck Dunn, and I'm a blues player. That's primarily what I do. I do play slap bass and funk and fusion and all that stuff a little bit, and rock, and I come from metal. Majority of what I do is blues, rhythm and blues, soul music, and funk. So this bass is. This bass is right up my alley. It's got so much soul. Right on. This is literally the first time that I'm playing it. I didn't sit around and play it for an hour and prepare myself to do this video. I just plugged it in, tuned it up, and started playing. So that's why I'm a little bit giggly and giddy. Kind of like a kid on Christmas morning with a new toy. There's also this thing that I dig in a big way, and that's this throaty kind of low mid, barking spider kind of thing that happens when you dig in hard. Back. Right on. So there you have it. There's the story and a little demo of my beautiful 1970s Univox Killer P modded with the Nordstand BIgMan pickup and the 2-band preamp and a whole bunch of setup and neck shaping, modifications. And that's the cool thing about Kerry and Nordstrand and Mo, Hot Rod Rockstar Mo, is that they can do anything, and they pretty much will do anything. If you can, of course, you could send your bass out and get some Nordstrand pickups put in it. But if there's things that are going on with your bass that need to happen in terms of repair or modification, if you have an old one like this, something that's been beat around and needs some love, they'll do that kind of stuff, and I think that that's really great. They're a really interesting company. They got a lot of layers of cool stuff going on, and so I just encourage you to support Nordstrand. Get some Nordstrand pickups. This BIgMan will go in all kinds of stuff, and I have the NP4V, which is the P Bass pickup in my one of my Ghost basses. And in one of my other old Japan Ps, my old Stag P Bass that I love so much, that's got the NP4V. And then also, while I'm at it, I'll bring this one over and show it to you. Sorry for leaving the scene for a minute, but I wanted to show you this one. This is from Steve Donor and Donor Designs. Look at the flame on that bad boy. And NP4, Nordstrand. Donor Designs, Chicago, Illinois. So, I'm getting more and more into these Nordstrand pickups, and a lot of the builders that I work with that support the Daily Funk Club also are getting into using Nordstrand pickups. So, there you have it. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and hit up Kerry, he's a great guy. He's everybody's best friend, so hit him up and definitely hit up and say what's up to Mo, because he's Kerry's overseeing things and Kerry's doing the woodworking, but he's also running a business. But Mo is the rock star, hands-on, doing the day-to-day setups and installs and everything like that. So, and Sonia, sweet Sonia, that's doing all the publicity, is doing a great job. All right, I've been going on and on. I'm just excited. Rock on, everybody. We'll see you soon. Peace.